Alright, hello, and good night. We are Group 8 from TT4L. My name is Muhammad Zainadri alongside with Alif Raihan and Wang Weihan, my fellow cosmate. And today we will show you a demo of our codes. Here we can start. Mm-hmm.
Okay, me sorry. Okay, so first, we display the main menu.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few settings, which are start, load, setting, and quit, where the user can input. So first we will present you the board. So let's start the game.
Start.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here's the board generation. As you can see, it's filled with, in the center, is the alien, which is us, our character, and then on the board is the game objects,
Mm-hmm.
with pods, health, arrows, and everything. So the user can move on the board by entering WASD. So for moving forward, the person can press W, and the alien will thrust forward until it hits an object or a border, and it will continue to do, and it will um sorry, it has the how to say, uh sorry, if the alien hits an arrow,
Mm-hmm.
it will thrust according to that arrow's direction. That's why I was about to say the game object. I'm
Yes,
so sorry. Okay,
Ah,
it's okay.
so maybe Weihan can present it hitting an arrow and see if it changes direction.
okay, let's go with S,
Mm-hmm.
where you hit down and it should be able to turn left. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Apparently
there's a few bug.
it just stuck at the rock there, but
Mm-hmm.
Rock, yeah.
uh,
Don't worry, it's okay.
anyways,
There's a
yeah,
few common bugs still. We're still fixing on that, but since we don't have enough time, so yeah,
yeah, we just have to.
yeah, we just have to do with this. Alright, so we have the Q for the exit the game. We have E as in our save function, and yeah, but there's supposed to be a data save successfully display up there, but it went so fast, so we probably cannot see it. So yeah, we can just press Q just to quit the game.
Right.
You want to save, press Y for yes and for no.
So if you wanna save, it'll just bring you back to the game
Mm-hmm.
and say no. They ask you again if you wanna save or not, and if you just say quit without saving, you're just out of the game.
Yeah. Alright. Then we can start explaining the codes, I guess, if I'm not wrong. Alright. Let's start with our main menu, our main functions. So Wong, can you care to
Mm.
explain how this works?
Alright, so for main function, the S random time null is to randomize the objects in the board every time we launch it.
Mm-hmm.
And next is just the main menu function to launch the main menu, which is the main menu here.
Mm-hmm.
We have system clear to clear out the previous stuff in the terminal,
Mm-hmm.
and then it will just print out all this uh, UI.
Mm-hmm.
So here we have a string of options and string option. Just don't mind the naming, it's a bit weird, but
Mm-hmm.
we see into the options where the options will be brought into the uppercase function, which just make everything into uppercase. And that will be turned into a new variable, which is option without the S.
Mm.
And from there we compare the value. If option is start, we will immediately start the game.
Mm-hmm.
Later I will be showing that, but for now I'll be explaining this function. If it's load, it will just load out the
The data.
well, logically it should load the previous position, but
As for
it's not.
now, as for
Yeah,
now, the save and load function is not completed yet. We're still trying to figure it out. So far we have stuck with this. Yes.
yeah.
All right, continue on.
And if setting, it doesn't do anything also.
Mhm.
So it just bring you back to main menu,
Mhm.
same as the load.
Mhm.
And if you enter quit, it will just exit the whole game.
Mhm.
And if your option is like something else, it just asks you to choose a setting and then just return you back to the main menu.
Mm.
So let's go with start game. So at start game, it will initiate the bot and it will print the bot while asking the players to enter the direction keys. I will let Alif to explain the initiate initialize the bot and print the bot.
Okay.
Alright.
Thank you, Rehan. So I'm in charge for the bot generation and movement mainly. So for bot generation, same as part one, the bot is generated with a constant of 15 by 15. We were unable to customize the bot dimensions, so we start with a constant. Um, okay, so for bot generation, we use the function initBot or initiate bot. So for that function, there is an array of random game objects as well as just empty spaces. Using random generation C++ code like ran parentheses, and then modulus with the amount of game objects. The bot will be generated with random objects displayed. Well, with random objects displayed on the board.
Yep.
Mhm.
Uh, and for the player, the player will replace the position um of the direction it goes to. So for example, there are two axes, x and y axes. So it will replace the dots or empty spaces on the board generation. That's how our characters seem to move.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So for and then it will um I think I can explain a bit of the movement, move player, the function move player.
Okay.
For that, it uses functions of while loops and if statements. And again, if it hits a border, it will stop. If it hits an object like rock, it will stop. Uh, so the movement is um, quite the movement is alright. Yeah, it will trust until it will hit until it hits an object.
Yep.
So I think that's all for movement, and then
Mhm.
for print board where the board is displayed. Um, Again, print board is a function to display and generate the board. So it just uses another for loops as well as um, nested loops.
Yep.
So I think that's all.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, so I think that covers all of our Kuno function, I guess, if I'm not wrong. Wong, Alif.
Maybe I can add in where there's like a health alien health display.
Uh huh.
Yeah, it's just we since we can't really have like a randomized value, we just have a
Yeah.
like a constant value,
Mhm.
and we just use it we just insert it into the function
Mhm.
where it displays the
Mhm.
alien health you saw just now.
Mhm.
uh, Other than that, there's nothing
There's
much.
nothing much to explain because we have our zombie attributes, but we still cannot put it in the board. We are still struggling with that.
Yes.
Still trying
As
to
you can
figure
see,
it out.
the zombie attributes there.
Yeah.
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 Alright. So I guess that's all for now. Alright. Thank
Yep.
you and
Thank
see you next time.